Hi guys, welcome to another video. So it's been 2 weeks since the last one, and I'll give you a quick rundown as to why. So 2 weeks ago, nearly, I received a diagnosis of ADHD, and at my age, which I won't disclose, that was something I suspected, but also a little bit, quite a lot to take in. So I'm not going to go into that, but I've just spent the last 2 weeks sort of get my head around that, but I'm back now. So a week ago ARRTX sent me this great big box of markers. So this is a 36 set of their alcohol based ink brush tip markers. I've taken the cellophane off, but I've not opened the box, so let's get into it and have a look at what we have got. So as you can see, it's a really big box, so I'm gonna have to move it to the side to open it without smacking the camera out the way. Okay, they're going to fit that way. Okay, so some kind of a bag. It's like a bag. Don't know what these are. These look like maybe these are stands for as like some kind of holder. So that's probably for those. Get all these out. If we empty the box, we can get it out of the way, can't we? So, oh my goodness, what have we got here? Okay, so we've got a swatch card. So, yeah, we can do that. What else have we got? Oh, it's like a little business card, postcards. Oh, is that stickers? Some stickers. I do love a sticker. What's this? I think this is instructions for what we've got in the box. So we have alcohol marker, woven bag, strap, swatch card, stickers, postcard, after sale card, manual, support frame, and plastic grid. Support, I guess that's the support frame. Okay, let us, oh wow. So, these look like skin colours. So as I do a lot of portraits, that'll be really useful. Yeah, should we get the, or should we put, right, okay, we need to come up with a plan. I'm going to move the box to swatch these and put these into the case. Okay, so to organise them, if we swatch and organise at the same time, that's probably the best way. So later on in the video, I'm going to try these pens out on an artwork, and I'm going to be using this. This is a marker sketchbook. It's actually by Ohuhu. But I've had this for quite a while, but I want this out the back because this is a protective sheet, so I'm going to protect my desk with that. Get the sketchbook out the way. Okay, let's have a look. I really like that they've illustrated instructions there, that's quite cool. So we've got the marker grids, so these are marker grids and these can be put into the bag. I think we're going to have to look at that before we get pens out, aren't we? Let's look. Wow, look at that. So it's like, it's really cute. Okay. Zip. I mean, this is so well. It's got a strap, okay, you can see in there. So these should fit lengthways, I guess. 3, I don't know. Okay, we'll have a look at that. Oh, I mean, that's just a cool bag whether you put your markers in it or not. Strap, I really like that. That's a really nice touch. Okay, let's put the bag out of the way. So these look like they go with, yeah, so they sit on these somehow. So anyway, let's put the pens into this first while we're swatching. Oh, there's so many things in this box, I don't know where to start. Okay, let's go for our swatches. So I'll do a couple with you now, and then we can we can do the rest in time lapse because there's so many pens here. So I don't know if there's any best way of, organising them. I want to try and organise them as I go. 3, 2, 9. They don't seem to be in any particular order these. Oh, I don't know. I'm getting bogged down on something that doesn't matter. Let's just start. So we've got 330. So if we find 330 on here, 330, 330, 330, 320, 330 eggshell. Let's get the, oh. So these are like, they look kind of round, but they're not. They're, I don't know if you can see, they're kind of like a rounded off triangle shape. So let's have a look. The eggshell is very pale. I've gone over the lines already. Okay. So if we go downwards, maybe from that, that'll work. 304. 304, 304. I'm so bad at finding where things go. 304. Well, there's 302, 305. Let's move on. 307. I'm not going to find any of these, am I? This is 3. Oh my god, I've got 307, 307, yay. Okay, oh, and they tell you can see that, they tell you which ends, which they got chisel and a brush, which is handy, because not all brands of markers do that, and I always end up going to pick up the wrong one. Okay. So they seem quite smooth to use, really nice coverage on colour. There. 07. I know I'm going to end up getting really bogged down in where to put these pens, but anyway, I digress. So let's do another one and then we'll go into time lapse. So we've got colourless blenders. I don't know why. I'm just going to put them in here. I don't know why they've given a swatch, but because they're clear. And I don't also don't normally use them, but they're quite good for like neatening up. You can basically, if you, I don't know if you. I'll show you here. I've gone up the lines a little bit. You can use them to kind of push the colour back. They've got multiple uses, but let's get them away. So 319. Can I find 319? Yes. So it looks like we've got a really good range of skin tone colours here. So that's quite good. I need to think about what kind of artwork I'm going to do. Obviously it's going to be a portrait. I think I'm going to go with something cartoony because I've not done a marker portrait for a really long time, so I'm not going to go into, I mean, it's not realism what I do, but like a more realistic, I suppose you could call it semi-realism. I'm not gonna go for that. But just something a bit fun, and I'll draw that up after I've done all this swatching and we can colour it on screen. Okay, so I've done a few now. I'm going to do the rest of these in time lapse so we can catch up after that, and I'll tell you what I think of all the colours and everything. Okay, so I finished swatching now. So there's one thing that you've probably already noticed is that I've got a double, and unfortunately because I've got a double, I've got a missing pen. So I've got two 324s, and I'm missing 326, which is baby skin, which is that unfortunate. But never mind. We can. I'm sure there's a lot of skin colours there, so I'm sure I can manage without that. But do you know what I really like? I won't dwell on that pen. I'm going to move on to a really positive thing. I really like the presentation of this set. It's really well thought out, down to the fact that we get the stands and various different ways to to store the pens. You know, we've got the desk stands. You can have them upright, you can have them on these, which I'm going to test in a minute. You've got the storage bag, which isn't like a flimsy little bag. That's really nice. It's well made, it's solid. The stickers are a really nice touch, and like that, you know, you've got the little postcards and the after sales thing. And the instructions are really cute. Like, they've taken the time to illustrate these, and normally when you get things like this, they're just generic, badly drawn illustrations, but this is really well thought out illustrations with characters and nice colours, and that's really impressive. We don't need this now, I don't think. But even down to the swatch sheet, normally when you get a swatch sheet, and I don't think I've got one to hand, they're just boring little like rectangles or squares, and they're fine. You don't need to have a nice swatch sheet, but this is just, it's like that little bit, going that little bit extra mile, and it displays the colours together really, really well. And I quite like that. What I am going to do is I put them in the order that they're going down in these, into the carry thingies, and I'm going to change that. I'm actually going to put them in number order, because that's how I prefer to have my markers. But I think this is really great, and I think it looks good. It's nice to look at. And also, just to show you why I've used this, so this is, like I said, this was in my Hoo marker pads. Now this is a protective sheet for alcohol markers, because they do bleed through, and there is a fair amount of bleed through here, but it's not like too bad. Normally it's really patchy, so it's quite even. I don't know if that's a good thing, but yeah. So that's that. I'll pop that out the way, get that out of the way because that's ugly. But let's have a look at the stand. I'm not sure I personally use these, but I can imagine these are a great touch. We will see. Oh, I do need the instructions. Okay, so I see. So we put. Can you even see those properly on camera? I'm not sure you can. Let's get the blue ones. That's better. So that goes. These are like laser cut acrylic, I think. That fits in there. And in there. I think that should have. And then we just lay it on. Does it? Looks like they clip into it. Okay. Right. So they just sit on there. Okay, here we go. So that's quite good. Maybe I would use that. I'm not sure. I think it's a really good idea though. I kind of like them upright, but yeah. So there's 3 of those for each one of those, so that's brilliant. So yeah, like I just spoken about what's in the box, but I haven't really spoken about the markers. I think this set's a really nice colour range, and I did a little bit of research into ARRTX's alcohol markers, and they do a lot of these like curated sets. Rather than buying like a full set, you can buy ones that go together. So I think there's like a orangey, it's almost like autumnal colours. This is obviously a skin set, and I quite like that because it helps you to, if you're going for like certain look, I guess if you're going for an autumnal one, you'd buy that set and you've got your colours already there, and then you can add in extra ones if you wanted. But I really like that. I like the they look like really nice saturated colours. Like even sometimes I've noticed with markers, like with the lighter colours, they can look patchy, more so than the darker colours. I mean, you've got a bit of patchiness here, that's because I've gone over the area more than once. But these, like, you get quite a smooth colour, which is really good, especially if you're doing a portrait. When I do marker portraits, I cover the whole face in my lightest shade first. And I don't like it when it goes patchy, because if you've got to go back over it sometimes, because you can layer markers, you can then get too dark a tone. But you know, off the bat, just some swatching, how they feel. They're nice to hold, the colours look really good, they're juicy markers, which I like. I've used quite a lot, and I have to say, like, so I do like a Copic. Sometimes they can be a little bit too juicy, and I've also used something like the what's the ones I'm thinking of, the Spectrum Noir. Spectrum Noir illustrators run dry, and I do not like that. Those ones are fine for small areas but not big areas. These are a really nice medium in between, markers that might be a bit too juicy and markers that are too dry. They're kind of similar a little bit, I've noticed, in the ink flows to the Ahoohoos, but they feel as nice as any other of the pens that I favour. Yeah, the nib feels good. I've not used the chisel yet, so I'll probably have a little play with that later, but the chisel nib's not something I use too often. Only if I want to get a really crisp line, I might use the edge of it. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about them. So I'm going to stop filming now, and I'm going to sketch something up. This is my sketchbook I'm going to use. So I realised it's been a year since I've used this. So this is Hoo-Hoos in here. I just did a few. There's not a lot. There's really not a lot. So I need to do some more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sketch something here, or here. And yeah, I will be back, and we will have a little time lapse and some music, and then we'll catch up at the end. So I will speak to you a little bit later. So welcome to the end of the video. So we've finished now, so I will tell you what I thought of these markers. So despite the little hiccup where we got 2 of the same marker and then we're missing one, you know, I think we've got, I was gifted these, so it's not really an issue for me, but I'm sure if you have a problem you can get in touch with ARRTX about it. But you know, to miss one colour out of all of these to me is not really going to be a problem. There's so many choices here and a lot of them are very, very similar, so you know, I think if you use one a lot, like these 2 really similar, like if you ran out of one of those you could just use the other one instead, so that's quite good. So there's a lot of like variation in tone, but a lot of ones that are very similar as well, which is quite, I like that. They're really, really nice to use. The brush nib is I can't talk. The brush nib is just the right like hardness for me. It's like, it's not got much give. I like one that's not too flimsy. Like the Copic ones are great, but they take a lot of like getting used to for control, because I find them a lot softer. So these are a little bit firmer, and I think, you know, if you're a beginner as well, that to have a firmer nib is better, because markers do take quite a lot of control, so it eases you in a little bit. I did use the chisel on the hair. It's just like any other chisel that I've used, so I haven't really got much to say about that. It's fine. I think the colours are beautiful. They're really nice. They work really, really well together. I was a bit worried about this piece at the start, because this is not a style that I normally do. It's a style that I see so many artists do and I really, really admire it, but I've never really attempted. But yeah, I didn't want to jump in with like a semi-realistic portrait, because I've not done one for such a long time. But we got there. Tell me what you thought. I don't mind if you don't like it, you tell me anyway, but I think it worked out okay. I definitely need to practice with markers more, because I'm a little bit rusty. But yeah, the colours work really well together. There is some bleed through, but you expect that with an alcohol marker. But to be honest, I'm quite surprised that if I compare this, so this is, I don't know if you can see, if I move these out of the way, this is Copic marker on this page, and as you can see, it bled through a lot more than this, and this is Ohuhu, which bled through, I would say, even more than the Copic. So actually, for going through the page, this what are they? Oros? ARRTX Oros? Yeah. Didn't even see that. They don't go through quite as much, which is surprising, because they are juicier than a Ohuhu, I think. So yeah, I don't know what else to say really. I think they're really, really good, and I'm going to use them a lot more. It was funny actually that I was just thinking before ARRTX sent these to me that I was thinking about buying a skin tone set of alcohol markers, so now I don't need to do that, so that's great. So now I'm going to leave a link below to the ARRTX social media pages, and I will try and track down a link. I'm pretty sure these are on Amazon, so if I can find a link to this set on Amazon, I will link that below. So yeah, I would just like to say a great big thank you to ARRTX for sending these for me to use today. They've been an absolute joy. They're definitely a fantastic alcohol marker, and I look forward to using them in the future. So that is it for the video. Let me know in the comments below what you thought, if you liked this video. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up so YouTube knows to push it out to more people. And if you're not already, please subscribe for more content, and check out the links in the description below to find me on all the usual social media platforms. Until next time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.